guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is Wednesday, June 29th, and it's in the afternoon. It's probably 6 or 7. Well, you know, it's probably more like 7 going on 8. But I just wanted to come on and do a video right quick. So today was just one of those like one of those kind of days. You know, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was kind of slow. I kind of felt like it was dragging at work today, but nonetheless, I'm grateful to have a job. So what I wanted to talk about today was I've been trying to get back building my relationship with God. I know definitely since I moved, I really haven't been to church. Really haven't been praying and reading, like I should. And I kind of felt bad about that because I miss my relationship with God. But that's another video. I want to save that for another time. But so recently I started reading the Bible. Has always been a major struggle for me. I've tried a couple of different versions of the Bible, but my pastor always said that the Bible, it speaks to you, it comes alive, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm not understanding, I just can't make that connection of where it's being interesting to me. Like, I'll read it, just to read it, but like after I read it, if you ask me what I read, I'm gonna be looking at you look crazy, like, come again? What was the question? Can you repeat the question? That type business. But it's always been a struggle for me to read the Bible. I do not know why. They always say, you can find yourself in the Bible. Well, hey, when you locate me, can you let me know which chapter so I can go over there? So anyway, I didn't want to put the pressure on myself, read 15 chapters a day, read 10 chapters a day. I didn't want to put that pressure on myself and then not do it, then feel all bad, then fall off altogether. So I said, I'm just going to take it nice and slow, and build up. So I started in Psalms, and I'm just reading, I'm just reading a verse or a chapter, not the chapter, excuse me, just reading a verse, slowly, and I go through and I read it 3 times each just to get it slowly, that way so I can try to get some understanding, and I just been trying to pray, or just not necessarily pray, but just trying to talk to God and just get somewhere. I feel like I've fallen off so far, like, goodness. And I know, God said there's no valley too low, no mountain too high where he can't reach you, but I feel like I've fallen down so low, and it's just, but anyway, neither here nor there. So I just, I'm just stuttering. Ooh, so excuse that, I'm just stuttering. But last night when I went to sleep, now I have not been watching TV. Usually I'll sleep with my TV on. I'll just cut the volume down, I'll leave it on lifetime, and I'll go to sleep with my TV on. But for the past week or so, maybe past 2 weeks, I haven't turned my TV on, and then I'll be watching it as I'm getting dressed in the mornings. But for the past 2 weeks, I haven't turned my TV on. Just something that it wasn't like I woke up and was like, I'm not gonna watch TV. I just haven't been watching TV, so I just try to read the chapter before I go to bed. And so, a lot of times your dreams, some of them come, some of the things that you dream about comes from, some of the things that you watch before you go to bed. So I can't say that this has been anything that I watched, because like I said, I haven't watched TV in about 2 weeks. So I don't even remember what I was dreaming about last night, but I know it was not about myself. And I think I just happened to be rolling over or something, and I heard so clear, like somebody, laid beside me and whispered in my ear. I heard so clear. Bitterness. That's what I heard. And when I heard it, even though I was asleep, when I heard it, I knew that that was God answering a question that I had. And even though I was asleep, I heard it clearly. And even though I was asleep, I was thinking in my mind about bitterness. And I know that it's true because I know that bitterness is something that I deal with, something that, you know, it's just an ugly word to me. When I hear bitter or bitterness, it's such an ugly word. And I know it's true for me because when I first started going to church in 2011, I went to a prophetic ministry. And I'll go into that in detail in another video, but I knew nothing about prophecies. I knew nothing about any of that stuff. And so I want to say it was maybe 2000. I want to say it had to have been 2014 or maybe it was 15. I have to go back. I'm in the process of going back through all of my journals and all the, you know, notes and stuff that I used to write. But I had gotten prophecies before. But this one time, my pastor prophesied to me, and I was, he prophesied to me, and, you know, I generally, you know, keep my eye, you know, have my eyes closed or whatever, and, you know, he was prophesying to me, talking, and then when I heard him say bitterness, that was the first time I had ever heard him link me and bitterness together. Now, I knew I had some like anger issues, some frustration issues, things like that. But bitterness, no. And when he said that, I can remember so clear when he said, I uproot bitterness from you. Like literally, like, you know how like the record playing and then it stops all of a sudden, like that noise, like that's what happened when he said bitterness. Like it was like that record stopped. I flew my eyes open, and after that, like I couldn't hear nothing else he said. I couldn't hear nothing else he said to me. I was stuck on that word, bitterness, and it was like, oh my God, I'm bitter? Like, Lord, all this time I'm bitter? That is such an ugly word. Like, I just like, you know, label me some other things if you have to, but bitter? Like, oh my gosh, that was a major hurt piece for me to know that, to hear someone, you know, to hear, you know, that word from God, that I had bitterness inside of me. And when I tell you that thing did something to me, I'm trying to tell you, after he gave me my word, the rest of that word, I went and sat down, and I promise you, I did not hear nothing else he said, because I'm just like, bitter. Oh my God. Like, no. So that thing really, really like took me aback when he said bitter. And I went home, you know, and got on the internet, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get to the root of this, like get some more information on bitter. I'm gonna have to do some research on bitter and bitterness, because I don't want that linked to me point blank, period. I don't want it linked to me. And I found some great information. I mean, I was at work the next couple of days, and I was just Googling and searching everything I could on the root of bitterness and things like that. And I found some really, really good information. And I was like, Lord, we're going to have to do something about this. And the information I found, and even I had got a little revelation on that. And, you know, I can't remember exactly how, you know, what the time frame was afterwards, but I gathered some information, did some research, and I presented it to my pastor. And then I actually, it was either a Friday night service. We used to have Friday night service. It was either Friday night service or it was Sunday morning. We usually have a 9:30 session, which is like a Bible study type thing. And then 11:30 was our main session. So either I did it Friday night or I did it at the 9:30 session, which my pastor, he let me present the information. And when I tell you, it was, and you know, I want to say that was the service that, well, we record every service, but I want to say that was the service or some snippets that my pastor's wife Pastor April, she tried to put a clip up on YouTube, but for some reason I don't think it was working. I want to say that was the message that I gave, but when I tell you, like, it was powerful, it was so powerful. And I guess it kind of saddens me now that I'm talking about it, because I gave that word and it was an awesome word. And I'm not tooting my own horn, because let me tell you, it was God himself, because I ain't the type to get up and want to give no word, okay? I don't really like talking in front of a crowd of people or anything like that. So, and it was just powerful. People got set free, and it was just like, yeah. And, you know, I thought I had got set free from it too. And I had just recently just been crying out to God, you know, just some things in my life. Like, I just don't understand some things. Like, why are things still this way, you know? Feel like it's a constant roller coaster. Like, I just don't understand some things. And I had prayed, you know, a couple of times, and just talking, just crying out. I'm so sorry about the wobbliness, excuse me. And I heard clear as day. You know, when I prayed or when I talked to him over the past couple of weeks, you know, I really didn't hear an answer back or anything like that. But last night I heard that, and it's just like stuck with me all day today, like bitterness. And I don't know. Then I looked at, I started my new job June 2nd, and I had to put, I started my new job June 2nd, and July 1st would be my first pay date. And so I was actually able to view my check today, and yeah, major disappointment. Major disappointment. I'm grateful that I do have a job, but it's just like, I don't know, Lord. You know, I don't know. You know, obviously you know, because I don't know, and I can't see what you see, you know, right now. And maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I keep missing something. I'm not sure, but that'll be a whole nother topic anyway. But that bitterness just stuck with me, so I'm gonna go back through it. I'm just gonna pull out some of my old stuff that I wrote on that, and I just gotta get to the root of it. Like, when I tell you, I'm just getting to the point where I'm just so sick and tired of being sick and tired of myself. Like, I'm starting to disgust my own self. I'm starting to be disgusted with myself, you know. So I just yeah, so I'm gonna do some research, do some more research on that, just try to get to the bottom of it. You know, and I'm no prophet, I'm no pastor, I'm no teacher or anything like that, but you know, I do want to share some of the things about bitterness when I find it, you know, because I know I'm not the only one, and maybe it's a word or two that someone else could use. But yeah, I want to get more. I'll probably try to get more detail when I give, you know, after I finish doing some research or whatever. And then I'll probably try to, you know, talk a little bit more about, you know, my bitterness. But yeah, but I just wanted to get on here and make that video right quick. But yeah, all right. So stay tuned. More videos to come. Thank you guys for being patient with me, and yeah, just stick with me, thug it out with me. It ain't always gonna be bad days, it's gonna be good days, because I generally am a happy person, and I like to have fun. But I think right now I'm just going through some type of, I don't know, transition. I'm going through something, and it's not a bad thing. I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing. No, it doesn't feel good, but I know something is happening. I just can't quite say what it is, but when I find out, I'll let you guys know. And I know I haven't really, you know, I'm just starting, so many things that I want to say, because the stories probably, you know, don't make sense because you don't know really who I am and all of that other stuff like that. But stay tuned, stick with me, yeah, and it'll begin to make sense. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Weekend's right around the corner. 4th of July. Hope you guys be safe. Have fun, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.